Hey YouTubers, this is your pal EMDSD14R, and this is TGV Duplex Helpful Tips Part 2. This is the reason why I'm making a Part 2 is because in Part 1 I showed you basically how to combine the cheaper Jouef starter set, which is this car here, in that box there, with the more expensive Jouef cars like this one here, which is that set there and this set here. Now, the reason why I'm making this video, well, let me go, before I go to that. Now, the first video I basically showed you guys how to take the cheaper Jouef parts and install them on the more high quality Jouef cars, so that it enables you to connect the cheaper end cars to your more expensive center cars. And you can see what one of the parts looks like. Now, this particular clip enables you, if you have Mackinac TGV cars, this clip would enable you to couple one of the Jouef cars to them. And the same thing with this cheaper truck here. See, it doesn't have the tabs on the end for the slots like this truck here and the spring. Now this video is similar but different, and the reason is because I'm actually removing the cheaper part truck and tabs, keeping the diaphragm here, the center diaphragm, and I'm replacing it with these trucks here. Now, you're probably wondering why I have two of these, but I'll get to that in a second. These actually came from a guy in Great Britain. Hi Daniel, how you doing? I just got the TGV trucks today. You're awesome, man. Thank you for working with me on the deal, and thank you for sending them. They are awesome. I'm getting ready to install them on my duplex train as I make this video. So, really cool guy. Actually, the first person I bought any train or any type of train part from overseas. And these come from the Jouef TGV Atlantique, TGV Sud-Est, or TGV POS set. These are preferably the Atlantique and the POS set and the Thalias set, the more expensive ones. He basically had these trucks left over from some custom projects that he had, and he was selling them, and I picked them up, and they're in great condition. I took the wheels off of this one because they weren't they were free rolling, but not super free rolling. They came with wheels that were silver like this. So these came off of my cheaper Jouef truck right here. These are the higher quality Jouef wheels, by the way. They both are, but I switched them out and put them on here. So this truck has the correct wheels on it for this end. So this truck will be going here. And I basically take the diaphragm off because, as you can see, it's completely... Well, let me do a side comparison. The Thalias, POS, and Atlantique cars, they have their single level coaches. And if you look by this comparison, you can see the difference in height for the two different types of equipment. Single level is on the right, double-decker equipment is on the left. Yeah, so you can clearly see the difference. Now, the cool thing about this is parts are interchangeable between the Jouef cars. So, meaning I can take this diaphragm and put it on this truck, because they both have the same locking tabs inside. There's two of them. Okay? Now, you're probably wondering why I have two of these trucks. Why do I have two of them? Well, I technically at first was going to buy one to replace that truck only and leave the rest on. But I decided, I said, if I'm going to change one truck, I kind of want the train to look even though these trucks are darker. I kind of wanted to make the train look a little bit even. So this particular truck here is going to get switched out for one of the darker ones here. Now you can also look at the difference between the two trucks. The Thalias truck and the duplex truck are the same, except you see that little squiggle in the suspension there? That's the only difference. And the top right there. See? Let me get out the light. So there's the squiggly part I'm talking about in the suspension, the airbag suspension. And the Atlantic Thalias and a POS bogie doesn't have that. That's the only difference. But if you look at the sides, they're pretty much identical. Some things are slightly different on the truck, but the truck is overall the same, which is not bad. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep the set even as far as that was concerned. So basically, this truck here is going to be a spare. And I'm taking the spring off too and putting it in that bag. Now, another thing I forgot to mention is when I do this truck swap, I'm gonna have to get rid of this connector tab here, and that's because it's not going to be conducive to this truck working. But the good thing is, me and Daniel got on, you know, we started talking about trains and stuff, and he asked me if I needed any more parts. I said, yeah, I do. So he sent me 2 extra fork tabs that he wasn't using. So thank you again, Daniel. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Big lifesaver, because these are all the parts I needed, and I've been looking for these parts for, oh man, how long? I've had this TGV going on 2 years, I believe, and I've been looking for all these parts. And if you look at the tab here on the duplex, that's a dark gray tab. This is actually the cheaper end car. You can tell by the undercarriage. But this is from the higher quality set, this tab. If you look at the tab, the fork tab here, and you look at the tab normally found on the single level TGV duplex, single level TGVs like the Thalias, Atlantic, and POS, they're black, but they're the same. They just change the color. See? All the parts are standardized, everyone. All the parts are standardized. So there's no need to be worried about doing this conversion. It's pretty straightforward. Oh, he also included the springs in there for me, and that's good because I needed them. So I'm going to have this spare truck here. Hopefully, if I can find a spare truck online that's the same as this one, what I'll do is I'll put this one back in and put the other one back on, and then I'll just have these two as spares. So if I get 2 cheaper sets, I just put these on them to close that gap. I won't have the forks, but that won't be a problem. But yeah, yeah, the parts are standardized and everything, so you guys don't need to worry about that. But yeah, if I do find another truck like this, I'm gonna replace, you know, put this one back on and put another one like it. I'm trying to figure out if I can make a mold, get a mold made for this truck and have it colored the same way. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'm going to see if I can do that. But as for right now, this one will be a spare. This will be a spare, and this cheap truck here will probably be a spare also, along with the cheaper end tabs and so forth. Those will probably be spares. I'll just keep them in the box with the spare black parts, the spare black rubber diaphragms out here that I took off in the previous video. I should have that in the description, by the way, the description. So yeah, so I'm pretty much almost done with getting this set up to the high quality standard. I still need to do, if I can find the higher quality end trucks with the NEM type couplers that'll enable me to hook up the higher quality engines to it, that'd be great, because I would like to do that, because I want to eliminate this and this. These are the cheaper starter set engines, and they're really not. I mean, the motor in this one's powerful. I think it's a good motor. It would be nice if it was for a DMU or an EMU. I preferably would like to have the higher quality engines. what I'm thinking of doing is trying to purchase a Makino set or Makino parts and putting those Makino parts on the Jouef N cars, but the trucks would be way too light, so I don't think I'll do that. But we'll see what happens with that. If I can find the Jouef parts, that's fine. If I can't, I'll have to figure something out. But my next goal is to eliminate these two cheap power cars with the higher quality power cars, either from Makino or the HJ Jouef engines. I preferably want the Ream 600 power cars. That's HJ 2056. I preferably want that set. Preferably, because I like the Atlantic power cars on the duplex train. Over the years, I've seen several sets go up for sale, but I've never had a chance to actually buy them because they've been so astronomically expensive. I mean, people go for, they go for broke on these things. I mean, just the N cars and the two engines can go for anywhere between $500 to $600 if they're bidding on it. I mean, that's expensive. But the Jouef ones are rare. They are rare and harder to get. The Makino ones, you know, preferably the center cars, they can be pretty rare as well, and pretty expensive. But they're still a lot more common than the Jouef ones. Yeah. So this is only the first part of the video. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take you guys down to the layout, and I'm going to show you exactly what this set looks like connected, and you guys are going to see exactly where that gap is in this part of the train. You're going to see how apparent that is. And then I'm going to show you the video without the gap. So you're going to see the before and the after. Now, don't get afraid, guys, because I am actually going to show you how to do this on camera. So you guys will learn how to do this, alright? So it'll be a couple seconds for you, but it'll probably be several minutes for me because I got to take all these things down and, yeah, set them up. So I'll be right back. Okay, YouTubers, I'm back. I'm down at the layout. As you can see, I still need to do some cleaning. I've been working on a few things, working on one of my Walthers Washington Metro cars. I finally got the screws for it, so that frame's now on there. But that's not what that video is about. Back to the TGV Duplex. I said in the previous part that I was going to show you the differences between the high quality parts and the cheaper parts. If you look here, that's the prototypically correct space for the duplex trucks with the correct parts. Now if you look down here, let me move this train, you can clearly see the gap using the cheaper parts. You can clearly see I mean, yeah, you can clearly see that in there. You can clearly see that. So I'm basically going to take that and make it that. Okay? So let's get started. I'm probably going to do this, yeah, I'm going to just put the camera on the tripod and I'll be right back. Okay, I got the camera on the tripod, and now I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to do. So first off, you want to disassemble your TGV properly. So I'm going to lift this up because I have to take the two end cars off. And I'm going to show you on camera how this is connected. Okay? See? And that just snaps apart like that. Okay? There's one. There's your diaphragm. There's your cheap truck. And there's your other cheap connector tab. Now notice, both of them are in different slots, if I can show that in this video. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm sorry for the delay, or for the interruption. I had helped my dad shave his head. Yeah, he shaves his head sometimes. So anyway, as I was saying, you can see how the tabs are not in the same slot, and that's because one goes on top of the other. So now what we need to do is we need to remove these. So let me put one of these cars down, and it's just simple, you know. Well, it's not simple with these, of course, but you just turn it like that, and then you can see what they look like. That's what they look like, cheaper parts anyway. And then if you look at the higher quality ones, this is what they look like on the end. See? See if I can get that to focus. Yeah, so that's what the higher quality ones look like. Now, same thing. I just take the tab and I just slide it in like that. Okay, so there's one. Okay, now let's take this one off. There you go. There's that one. Okay, it's number 2. And then you just do the same thing, but you put it on the lower one. Okay, and voila. Now, just a reminder, this is the cheaper end car, and the reason you can tell is because of the plastic that's used for the body shell. See that? The body shell on the cheaper car is a blue plastic, while the body shell on the higher quality car is a gray plastic. Also, the undercarriages are different colors. Higher quality one is a lighter gray, cheaper one is a darker gray, but they all are the same parts. They're just different colors. So they are interchangeable. Just wanted to stress that. Okay, so now that we got the tab switched around, the next objective is to get the trucks situated. Let me just show you one of these here. This is probably one of the little I forget what it's called, but it's a tab that slides into a little teeny hole onto the pin, and I'm pretty sure that's used to keep the truck on the car. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm not going to take the chassis apart. Then again, I might be able to do that on the video. No, I won't be able to do that on the video. But I won't do that on the video. I'll skip that part because it won't really. I'll do that afterwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the pin, and you got to be careful with the pin because you don't want it to break. Because you do probably want to use it. You just got to be there. That's that little teeny plastic pin. Very ingenious how they did this stuff. Now the next objective is to get rid of the lower single level diaphragm and replace it with the duplex diagram. I said diagram, I meant diaphragm. Sorry, y'all. Basically, it's been a while since I've taken one of these off. There you go. They just pop off, and this is what the trucks look like. Let me get it focus. So that's what the trucks look like. And the diaphragms have 2 holes on the bottom. So that's good news. So we got that one. And then now for the cheaper one. And this is the cheaper truck. And basically they just removed the tabs on the end, which is what they did. So all you do now is you take your duplex diaphragm, and then you just snap it on like that. Okay, so now we're halfway there, people. We're halfway there. Now here comes the fun part. And I say the fun part because it's going to be fun. So now the next objective is to put the truck on this end car. Now I have to be careful with this because there are teeny little springs. You see that little teeny hook right there? You got to put that spring on that little teeny hook. So we have to put this on like that. And when the truck is on the body shell, that spring will be extended. I gotta hold on. Gotta get it in focus because it's not in focus. Let me see if I can angle this up a little bit. Okay. There we go. So that spring will be extended a little bit. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that on camera without losing the spring. So what I'm going to do, and I wouldn't recommend doing this, but see that little hook right there? You want to match that. You do that, right? And then all you do is you have to match the tab up correctly so it slides in the top spot. But obviously that's not the right spot. Oh, actually it goes on the lower one, I'm sorry. So you have to angle it down. So you angle it down and it should work. Hold on, there we go. Sorry guys. Making this a little bit, there we go. See how that happened? See? And then a little pin goes right inside the car like that. Now it's completely done. See? So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to take this body shell off and add that pin in there because I do want this to be done properly. So I'm going to do that off camera, okay? I'll be right back. I'll show you the completed work with the car after I put the pin in. Okay guys, I changed my mind. I decided to show you what the TGV Duplex car would look like without the frame on. And this is what it looks like. This is what the cheaper one looks like. Of course, the higher quality one, there would be an interior occupying that space. And as you can see here, the higher quality car probably gets a bigger weight too. But I wanted to show you where that black pin would go. And it goes right here. And it actually keeps the truck from falling off. And that's a good thing. So I just wanted to show you guys that real quick, okay? Okay guys, I got the truck on the end car, as you guys can see. And the spring is on there. So if you look, that's what they look like. Now on the higher quality set, there's a weight. That's a cast metal weight right here. That's just a giant cast metal weight. And that actually allows the car to track better. There's actually supposed to be one under there on that truck, but that's okay. But let me put this back together on the track for you guys real quick. And I'll do this on camera, since it's not going to be that much of a problem. Now let me take the camera off the tripod real quick. Now you guys can clearly see what a difference the higher quality truck makes. You can clearly see that. So that's pretty much it. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch the end truck over here for a darker one. That way it looks even between the cars, you know. You have these in the center that are the light gray, and then you have the end ones that are the dark gray. I just like to keep things even, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to upgrade your cheaper TGV duplex with the Thalias parts, pretty much, the higher quality ones. And I hope this also brings insight as to you know, how the model TGV train is it looks. So you guys be cool. I'm not gonna be able to run this right now because I got so much on the layout, But in the next video, which is probably going to be separate, if not, it'll be added to this video, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be separate. You'll see this TGV running at full speed the way it's supposed to look now. Alright, so you guys be cool. God bless, and if you have any questions, let me know. Bye, y'all. Yeah, just before I go, even though I ended the video, I just wanted to let everybody know what an actual TGV duplex body shell looks like with a full interior. This is what the undercarriage, this is what it looks like. This is the bottom half. Now, I thought it was actually two piece, like one piece that was connected, like they double stacked them. But this is how they got the seats on the top level. Okay, you still see them in there. They're actually tabbed. They're like tabbed onto the inside of the car. Like there's these, they're in these little slots on the inside of the car, and I never knew that. So yeah, I was switching the truck on this one, and I thought you guys would like to see that. So yeah, that's how they do the higher quality cars, ladies and gentlemen. So a little behind the scenes footage right there for you.